Okay, can we start with Tim Thornton, please?
Morning, Andreas. Morning, Marcelo. Hope you're both well. Can we start then with the sort of the disappointment of last week? Off the back of that, is this the perfect game, a home game against Manchester United, to give the whole club a big lift if you can pick up 3 points?
Decimos que con la decepcionante derrota de la semana pasada, que si este partido que viene contra el Manchester es la perfecta oportunidad para todo el club.
Bueno, siempre un partido clásico es un desafío muy motivante.
A classic game is always a challenge that's very motivating.
After all the injury problems that you've had this season, how big an achievement would it be just to keep Leeds in the Premier League this year?
Después de todos los problemas que han habido esta temporada, ¿qué tan grande sería el logro de mantener a Leeds en la Premier League?
Es una obligación y no hay, las lesiones no justifican la temporada que estamos haciendo.
It's an obligation, and the injuries don't justify the season that we're having.
There's been a lot of speculation this week about your long-term future, Marcelo. Can you provide any clarity on that and whether you will sign a new contract? We know that you normally wait until the end of the season before you make a decision. Is that something that you'll do again?
Hay mucha especulación sobre su futuro a largo plazo. Que saben que normalmente se espera hasta el final de la temporada para este tipo de tema, pero que si usted va a firmar otra vez otro año o a firmar de nuevo con eso.
No es un tema para hablar en este momento.
It's not a subject which we should talk about in this moment.
Okay, thank you.
Morning, Marcelo. Morning, Andreas. Can we just follow through on the injuries from last week? Dallas, Yelda, they seem to pick up injuries. And also, how's Calvin's progress, please?
Calvin y Cooper siguen los procesos normales.
Calvin and Cooper continue their normal processes.
Si el objetivo es que lleguen a marzo disponibles.
The objective is that they get to March available.
El cálculo que se hace, el cálculo médico es de 12 semanas.
The medical calculation was 12 weeks.
Y no ha cambiado.
And that hasn't changed.
Dallas está recuperándose, no está descartado para el partido del domingo.
Dallas is recovering. He hasn't been discarded from Sunday's game.
Y Gelde tiene lesión en la rodilla.
And he already has an injury in his knee.
Y si el proceso de las próximas 3 semanas es efectivo,
and if the process in the next 3 weeks is effective,
él estaría disponible en ese término.
He would be available in that term.
Pero puede suceder que la curación no se produzca en esos 20 días.
But it could happen that he may not recover in those 20 days.
Lo que obligaría a una intervención quirúrgica.
Which would result in him having to have a surgery.
Thank you for that. Marcelo, Tyler Roberts has come under for a lot of criticism. And so was your use of him last week from a lot of people. What would you say to those that are criticising Tyler and the use of him? Because is there something that people are missing that you are seeing?
Muchas críticas a Tyler y sobre el uso de Tyler en el último partido. ¿Qué le diría usted a los que critican de que no ven que usted sí ve que puede usar Tyler?
Bueno, yo veo lo mismo que ven los hinchas.
I see the same things that the fans do.
Me parece que los reclamos siempre son justificados.
I think that what they ask of him is always is justified, what they're claiming.
Se basan en evaluar al jugador que no juega
They're
y
based,
que juega
they're based on evaluating the player that plays
y calificarlo.
and giving him a qualification.
Y si la calificación no es positiva,
If the qualification is not positive,
reclamar otra opción.
to demand another option.
Así sucedió con Bamford,
That happened with Bamford.
así sucedió con James,
That happened with James,
con Rodrigo en su momento
with Rodrigo in his moment,
y ahora con Tyler.
and now with Tyler.
Entonces, yo tengo que admitir los reclamos,
So I have to admit or accept the claims.
más yo por supuesto que me someto siempre a la evaluación externa
Of course, I'm always subject to the external evaluation,
y siempre hago autocrítica,
and I always have auto-criticism,
pero evidentemente no es suficiente
but evidently it's not sufficient.
y es necesario que yo asuma más responsabilidad que la que asumí hasta ahora.
And it's necessary that I take on more responsibility than I did before.
No me imagino cómo hacerlo.
I don't imagine how to do it.
Marcelo, Jeremiah Mullen, I understand, has been with the first team a bit. How pleased are you with his improvement, and what are the attributes of a player that not too many people know about?
Tiene entendido que ha estado con el primer equipo entrenando mucho tiempo, que son las cualidades que tiene.
Mullen.
Sí, sí.
No, Mullen es un jugador que está dentro del ciclo del sub-23.
No, Mullen is a player who's within the cycle of the under-23s.
Okay. And just finally, Marcelo, you know the importance of this game, but it is the first one for fans to have with Manchester United at Ellen Road in the Premier League for a lot of years. What are you expecting? What could you expect from the fans this weekend? What would you like from them?
Sabe que tan importante es el partido, que esta es la primera vez que se va a jugar este partido con hinchas en la Premier League en mucho tiempo. ¿Qué espera usted de los hinchas este fin de semana, o qué le gustaría tener de los hinchas este fin de semana?
Bueno, no es que lo que a mí me gustaría, sino lo que los hinchas dan siempre.
It's not what I would like, but it's what the fans give always.
Siempre han apoyado incondicionalmente al equipo.
They always support the team unconditionally.
Es difícil imaginar un apoyo superior a lo que ya hemos recibido.
It's difficult to imagine a support better or bigger than the one that we've already received.
Pero si la presencia de un rival clásico aumenta el entusiasmo,
The presence of a classic opponent increases the enthusiasm.
va a ser precioso poder verlo, ¿no?
It's going to be precious to be able to witness it.
Y por supuesto que nosotros pensamos mucho más en lo que tenemos que darle al público que lo que vayamos a recibir de él.
And of course, we think more about what we need to give to the public rather than what we need to receive from them.
Thank you.
Walker.
Hi, Marcelo. Now knowing what you do know about the history of this fixture, how does it compare to other games that you've managed in?
Ya sabiendo sobre la historia de este partido, que cómo compara con los otros partidos que usted ha dirigido.
Bueno, es muy difícil establecer ese tipo de comparaciones. Son épocas, momentos, realidades muy distintas.
It's very difficult to establish those comparisons. It's all about the times when the game is played and different opponents.
And what do you make of the state that Manchester United are currently in?
¿Qué piensas sobre el estado en el que está el Manchester United en este momento?
Bueno, evaluar al rival nunca es, no es especialmente lo que me parece conveniente, sino tratar de enfocarnos nosotros en relación a la oposición que vamos a enfrentar.
To evaluate the opponent, I don't think it's convenient. It's more about us and how we will fare against them.
39 points was enough for Burnley to survive in the Premier League last season. Do you think it might take a similar number of points this time?
Necesitó 39 puntos para sobrevivir en la Premier League el año pasado. Se cree que se va a necesitar un puntaje similar este año.
No manejo ese tipo de información.
No, I don't. I haven't managed that kind of data yet, or haven't looked into that data.
You mentioned Daniel James earlier on. Obviously, he's a former Manchester United player. So I'll ask you how you feel he has done, particularly in recent weeks.
Usted menciona a Daniel James, que es un jugador de Manchester United, que ¿cómo piensa que lo ha hecho en las últimas semanas?
Bueno, ha tenido como el equipo buenos momentos y algunos no tan buenos.
Like the team, he's had some good moments and some not so good.
Hubo 3 partidos en que el equipo, más allá de los resultados, mostró un buen nivel.
There was 3 games, moreover than the results, where we showed, or the team showed a good level.
Y en el último partido ese nivel bajó.
And in the last game, that level dropped.
Thank you.
James Smith.
Morning to you both. Has Patrick Bamford's pain subsided? Is he running again? And do you have any more clarity on when he might return?
No, sigue con el mismo problema.
No, it continues with the same problem.
You've played Manchester United before, but never at Ellen Road in front of fans. Do you plan to address the atmosphere players should expect, or do you leave it up to their peers like Calvin to maybe educate them?
La primera vez que se enfrenta usted al Manchester United con hinchas en el Bamford, que si usted tiene pensado advertir a los jugadores de qué esperar de los hinchas, o que si espera que jugadores como Calvin Phillips les comente cómo hacer.
Bueno, yo creo que los jugadores en general imaginan el tipo de partido que van a enfrentar.
I think the players in general imagine the type of game that they're going to come up against.
Ben Cross.
Good morning, Marcelo. Good morning, Andres. Going into this game, you've obviously suffered 2 heavy defeats to Manchester United at Old Trafford under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. What was your analysis thus far of Ralph Rangnick's side been? What have you made of the way he's trying to employ this high press system over there? Do you feel it's been successful enough so far?
¿Cómo evalúa el tiempo de Manchester United? Está tratando de presionar más alto, diferente a cómo jugaba Solskjaer.
Sí, hay diferencias entre los dos estilos. Y este comentario que usted hace es el más saliente.
Yes, there's differences between the styles, and this comment you made about the high press is the one that stands out the most.
Going into this week, and obviously at the weekend, Marcelo, you spoke about Mateusz Klich and the error you made in playing him in that deeper role. Coming into this game, are you tempted to rotate your options in the middle of the park to establish some more control, maybe using somebody like Stuart Dallas or Adam Forshaw in the middle?
Usted habló sobre su error en posicionar a Klich, donde lo posiciona en el último partido, que si en este partido está pensando en barajar sus opciones en la mitad del campo para tener un poquito más de control, como por ejemplo Dallas o Forshaw.
No, todavía no decidí la formación.
No, I haven't yet decided the formation.
Sure.
Morning to you both. Can I just ask, you've obviously suffered 2 heavy defeats at Old Trafford. Do those sort of defeats, does Marcelo feel more pain about them because of what they mean to the supporters? Or does he just treat them all the same way?
Hemos sufrido 2 derrotas muy grandes en Old Trafford. Que si usted le duelen más esas derrotas, o si la derrota es como, o la trata como cualquier otra derrota.
No, todas las derrotas contra los equipos rivales clásicos no son iguales a las demás.
No, the defeats against those classic opponents are not the same like the others.
Okay, we'll move on to the Sunday embargo section.